Folks, did you hear the news? USCIS just dropped a bombshell. If you are anywhere thinking about applying for a green card, it's now going to blow your mind. Yep, you heard that right. The USCIS just announced that they are ditching that COVID-19 vaccine requirement that was there for a long time for your green card application. But here's the thing. A lot of people are still confused about what this actually means. Don't worry, I've got you. This video is meant to cover what's changed and what it means for your application and what are all the details that you need to know. Hey everyone, this is Simon Shetty, your host and the founder of Smart Green Card. Quick heads up, I am not an immigration attorney. This video is just for educational purposes only, and if you need specific legal advice, just reach out always to a US licensed immigration attorney. Now, let's jump right in. So, let's talk about this major update from USCIS, shall we? Starting January 22nd, 2025, you no longer require to show proof of the COVID-19 vaccine to supplement your green card application's medical forms. Yes, they've officially dropped this requirement. Now, is this freedom? Yeah, it is. No more getting your application denied just because you didn't get the COVID vaccine. This has happened a lot of times where people do everything right. They qualify for all sorts of green card classifications. But hey, there's no COVID vaccine or there's no proof of the COVID vaccine. And that has been the reason for rejection or denial of the last step of the green card process. And this is kind of like a weight being lifted off of everyone's shoulder. Here's what changed. No COVID-19 vaccine proof is required for the form I-693, which is the medical certification forms. Old applications that were missing the COVID proof will also no longer be denied anymore. But hold on a sec. Don't get too excited yet. There are still some things that you need to know. You still need to go through that immigration medical exam, folks. That is a non-negotiable, and this usually happens in the second step of your green card or the final step of your green card, which is the I-485. And here's what's changing from the medical exam standpoint. Now, doctors no longer need to check for COVID vaccination. We've already talked about that. You can leave the COVID vaccine sections on that form blank as well, which doctors usually do nowadays. And if you already got the COVID vaccine, don't worry, you don't need to mention it at all either. But the most important thing here is that you need to find a doctor who is authorized by USCIS to do this medical exam. I'm sure you'll find a lot of those options on USCIS website in your locality, but it is important to consult those physicians because they will most often be up to date on all the latest rules. So make sure you're consulting them so that you're good to go. Now, here's the catch. While the COVID vaccine requirement is no longer necessary, there are still other vaccines that you need to make sure that you have proof of in order to qualify for the green card. The usual ones are like the MMR, the polio shots, and a few others are still required. Don't worry though, your doctor will give you the full list and ensure that you are all set for this journey. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty now. How does this change affect your specific green card application? Well, it depends on how you are applying. Let's break it down into two scenarios, right? Like there's the adjustment of status, which if you are already in the US and applying through adjustment of status, you will need to submit your medical exam report with your form I-485 package. And just find a USCIS approved doctor in the US. And remember, you don't have to mention the COVID vaccine. Again, like the whole point of the video. The second way is consular processing. And if you are applying from outside the US, you will need to have your medical exam performed by a doctor approved by the US Embassy or consulate in your home country. And these doctors will usually be up to date on the latest rules. So you don't need to worry about that either. Just be sure to follow the embassy's instructions because they may have their own specific requirements in addition to broader requirements as well. All right, let's do a quick recap here. Here's the stuff that you need to know. This change is automatic. So if you have already applied, you're good to go. Other vaccine requirements are still in effect, so don't forget about those. And hey, stay in the loop. Immigration rules change very quick, especially with this new administration in office. And the best way to make sure that you are up to date is by following this channel. Subscribe to the Smart Green Card channel. That's a wrap, folks, on this video. I hope this video helped you out. And if you have any burning questions, hit me up in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer it. And if you know someone who is trying to get their green card, share this video with them. Spread the love. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more immigration goodness. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.